Sneaky waiver wire ads that you could pick up and add to your roster heading into week 6. I'm Alan Seslowsky of RotoWire along with Jeff Erickson. Who's going to be your first sneaky ad for week 6?
It's a Captain Obvious ad. It's not sneaky at all. It's false advertising on my part, but Kenneth Walker III. Easy decision here with Rashad Penny's unfortunate injury. Walker steps up into first chair, and I don't think DJ Dallas or Travis Homer or anybody else like that is going to cut into the playing time quite like Walker did with Penny. I think this is the moment that people are waiting for. I mean, this is as good of a pickup option as you're going to have all season long.
Tevin Coleman is now 29 years old, and he's back on the 49ers roster where his career began. And this unexpected 11-touch game for the journeyman runner, who also scored 2 touchdowns. Now, he's probably not going to do that every week. In fact, he's most likely not going to do that every week. And most leagues are going to go break the bank, as you just suggested, for Ken Walker, and you should too. But make sure you put in a sneaky low-budget bid for Coleman, who is now the RB2, presumably, on an excellent fantasy football team and for running backs. Jeff Wilson is still the lead runner, but Coleman has likely earned a role.
Jordan Mason was the guy we were all speculating on, and that just never happened. You know, Coleman's the guy. He's clearly the number 2 guy.
Who's your second sneaky ad?
I'm going back to the Seahawks. I'm going to go to Geno. Geno Smith is better than we thought, obviously. A lot more secure in his role that we thought. They're playing shootout games, it seems like, every week now. Definitely, as we start hitting bye weeks here, he's someone we're going to be, you're going to be thinking about pivoting to. You're probably not going to be effective this week unless you're a Derek Carr manager. I think about landing Geno Smith now. They got a home game against Arizona this week. It's not a terrible matchup, not a great matchup. But neither was the Saints, and that turned out to be a very fruitful game fantasy-wise.
In single quarterback leagues, I think he's a priority start. I think we're already at that point. He's QB4 on the year, so that's a really good call right there. My second sneaky ad is the LA Chargers have been looking for a credible running back that could provide relief for Austin Eckler. Kelley solidified that he is the right man for the job with his 12 touches, 82 yards, and a score. Now, Kelley's not going to be playable every week, Jeff, unless you're desperate at running back. But right. Should Austin Eckler miss time, Kelley would be a spend-all-your fab type of player. You might as well roster him now while he's cheaper. Very much worth a 10 to 12% bid as a bench stash.
A little side note, too. This was against Cleveland. This is 2 weeks in a row teams have gashed Cleveland on the ground. They host the Pats this week. No Damian Harris, most likely. Ramondre is already rostered everywhere. He's going to be a fun start this week.
Give us one more sneaky ad for week 6.
The Giants found themselves a receiver, Darius Slayton, the guy that they've had in the past. Oh, he's been there all along. He's healthy now. He's good. And the Giants offense, man, they dominated the line of scrimmage. The play calling is so good. Dable and Mike Kafka, the head coach and offensive coordinator, they're combining to just dial it up here. They dominated that second half against the Packers. That was not a fluky win. That was the better team won sort of game.
Yeah, I think Mike Kafka is going to be a hot name for head coach next year. It's going to be that soon. That's a good call by you there. Let's stick with wide receivers. My last sneaky ad is going to be Alec Pierce, the rookie wide receiver on the Colts. Rookie wide receivers that are not drafted in round 1 of the real NFL draft. They're hard to draft in fantasy since the opportunity, especially in the first month, is very unpredictable. Michael Pittman's still the true alpha on this team, and Pierce, though, has earned targets among a very uninspiring rest of pass catcher core. Paris Campbell, Ashton Dulin. Those guys are no longer threats to Pierce's workload, target share. Pierce has back-to-back games now, Jeff, of 80 yards and has seen a spike in snaps, routes run, and of course, most importantly, fantasy production. The Colts did draft Pierce over other wide receivers that were rated higher than him on the consensus big board, meaning the Colts actually want Pierce and making him a priority. So you should too. He's worth an 8 to 12% fab bid if you need a wide receiver.
If you missed out on going after Khalil Shakir last week, maybe Pierce is available. If Pierce was rostered in the leagues.
8%. 8% only.
Really? That low? The other thing I'd say is keep an eye out on just who everybody else is dropping this week. We're going to start getting pressed into some tough calls because of bye weeks. The squeeze is going to start happening.
Yeah, no, that is, I think, one of the most underrated fantasy strategies. I'm glad that you underlined that. The first thing you should do, scan the right side of the page, see who's being dropped. There may be somebody that can make your roster yes, yes, and yes. If you enjoy videos like this, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications when we post new video content every day. And right now you can unlock RotoWire's paywall for free. Take a 2-day tour just by putting in your email. What you need to do is go to rotowire.com, /try. And you can hear Jeff Erickson on Sirius Satellite Radio Channel 87 Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And please tune in on Sunday to Sirius Satellite Radio Channel 87 to hear myself along with Jim Coventry getting you ready for the week ahead.